In the small rural village of WINDMILL in Malawi, life is governed by two powerful forces, the seasons and magic. For 13-year-old William Kamkwamba, the world is a place of endless curiosity. While his community trusts the Sing'anga or witch doctor to solve their problems, William is more interested in the inner workings of discarded radios which he and his friend Jeffrey fix for neighbors. He lives a simple but happy life with his father, Trywell, his mother, Agnes, and his sisters. Trywell is a farmer, a strong man who believes in God and hard work, teaching his son that their survival depends on the maize they grow. Their world is built on a precarious balance. Early in the season, torrential rains flood the fields, washing away the newly planted seeds and the expensive fertilizer Trywell struggled to afford. The community hopes for the best, but the flood is followed by a relentless drought. The sun beats down, scorching the earth and withering what little crop survived. The harvest is disastrous. With only 5 sacks of grain to feed his family for an entire year, Trywell stares into the storage room with a sense of dread. The government, led by a president who denies the crisis, sells off the country's grain reserves, leaving the people with nothing. As food becomes scarce, prices skyrocket. The slow, creeping dread of hunger begins to settle over WINDMILL, and William's world of youthful curiosity is about to be replaced by a desperate fight for survival. This marks the beginning of the famine. The one meal a day dwindles to a shared handful of ensima, a maize flour porridge that shrinks with each passing week. The social fabric of the village begins to fray as desperation turns neighbors into strangers. People are selling their belongings, then the very roofs off their houses, for a cup of flour. Starving families wander the roads, begging for work or food. William's own family is forced to sell their livestock, their only savings, just to eat for another week. The most painful casualty is school. With no money for fees, Trywell has to tell William he can no longer attend. For William, who loves to learn, it's a devastating blow. His dreams of an education seem to evaporate, leaving him with the same bleak future as every other farmer in his village, a life at the mercy of the wind and the rain. Though barred from the classroom, William discovers a new path. He starts secretly visiting the small school library, a dusty room filled with donated books. There, his life changes forever when his fingers land on a textbook called Using Energy. The cover depicts a row of towering white windmills. Flipping through the pages, he sees diagrams explaining how these machines can convert wind into electricity. A spark ignites in William's mind. Electricity could mean light to study by at night, but more importantly, it could power a water pump. A pump could draw water from the well, irrigate their fields, and allow them to grow a second harvest during the dry season. It could mean an end to hunger. While his village starves, William finds a new, powerful purpose. He will build a windmill. The idea is audacious, and the execution seems impossible. He has no materials and no money. His only resource is the local scrapyard, a forgotten junkyard of rusted tractors and abandoned cars. Every day, William walks to this metallic graveyard and scours the wreckage for treasure. He finds a tractor fan for a rotor, a shock absorber for a shaft, and a bicycle bearing. Each piece is a small victory, a step closer to his goal. He brings the junk back to his home, turning his small room into a chaotic workshop of scrap metal and strange contraptions. The villagers, already on edge from the famine, watch his daily trips to the junkyard with suspicion and ridicule. They see a boy playing with garbage while everyone else is fighting for their lives. They call him Misala, the crazy one. His biggest obstacle, however, is his own father. Trywell, worn down by the famine and the immense pressure of providing for his family, sees William's project as a foolish distraction. He needs his only son to be helping him in the fields, not wasting time on a fantasy. The tension between them grows into a painful silence. "Oh, what are you doing?" Trywell demands, seeing the pile of scrap. William tries to explain his vision of electricity and water, but his father only sees junk. The conflict comes to a head when William realizes he needs one final crucial piece, the frame from his father's old bicycle, the only valuable possession the family has left. When he asks for it, Trywell explodes with anger and forbids him from touching it. This rejection is the lowest point for William. His community thinks he's crazy, and his own father has lost all faith in him. The dream of the windmill seems to be dying, just like so many people in his village, including his own dog, Kamba, who succumbs to starvation in William's arms. The death of his dog, combined with the worsening famine, hardens William's resolve. He confronts his father one last time, not as a boy asking for a toy, but as a man with a plan to save them all. He lays out the science, the diagrams from the book, and the desperate logic behind his creation. He forces Trywell to see past the scrap metal and understand the hope it represents. In this raw emotional plea, something in Trywell finally breaks. He looks at his son's worn hands, his burning intelligence, and the unwavering conviction in his eyes. He sees not madness, but genius born of desperation. With a heavy sigh, he relents. He helps William dismantle the bicycle, giving him the final piece he needs. This act transforms everything. With his father finally on his side, William is no longer alone. Trywell helps him build a wooden tower from blue gum trees, and his friends, Gilbert and Geoffrey, rally to his cause. The day they raise the windmill is a spectacle. The entire village gathers, their skepticism and mockery replaced by a quiet curiosity. They watch as William and his small crew haul the strange contraption of bicycle parts, plastic pipes, and a tractor fan to the top of the rickety tower. William climbs to the top, his heart pounding. He connects a small wire from the dynamo to a tiny light bulb held in a reed. He removes the spoke locking the wheel, and the wind catches the blades. They begin to turn, slowly at first, then faster and faster, a blur of motion against the sky. The crowd holds its breath. Down below, the small bulb in William's hand flickers, then glows with a steady, magnificent light. A collective gasp rises from the crowd, followed by an eruption of cheers. It's not magic, it's science. It's hope made real. The boy they called crazy has done the impossible. He has harnessed the wind. The light from his windmill cuts through the darkness, not just illuminating his village, but lighting a path to a new future, proving that with courage and an unyielding will, one person truly can change the world. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay awesome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content.